Minister, provision for children with special educational needs is vitally important. We all know that these needs present themselves in a variety of different forms, and we also have a range of needs from those who have specific learning difficulties right up to those who are exceptionally able and need to be challenged in different ways. There are thousands of people who work on a daily basis with those who have these special educational needs, and it is important to recognise and appreciate the importance of this work. In school settings, we have a special needs assistant, special education teachers and other resources as necessary. In addition to the school supports, there are specialists who are responsible for the identification of these needs. Recently, I've heard a number of stories where, unfortunately, short-sighted policy decisions left children going through our education system with their needs unmet. One example of this is the reduction in SNA provisions some years back in 2011 during the education cutbacks. I heard recently from one parent, Jane Johnston, of the major impact that this had on her son, who has complex needs. Once the SNA was removed from this boy's daily education, his progression in education really stalled. It has resulted in even greater cost to the state in the long run as he now turns 18. Jane also highlighted to me the constant battle for provisions and resources of which she has had to endure. Rather than putting in place long-term support plans, too many parents are left anxiously waiting each summer to discover whether or not their child will have the resources they need for the next school year, funding only being decided in September. So we must not underestimate the importance of the support given to those who need it most and create long-term sustainable plans. I understand that the department allocated extra resources on a temporary basis to schools to help bridge some deficits as a result of the COVID-19 policies. I don't think that the full, harsh reality of the lockdown policies' impact on education has been fully realised. Closing schools and banning children from even socialising has had serious consequences. There are hundreds, if not thousands, of students who went without vital special education supports for the best part of 18 months. Government needs to ensure that any extra temporary supports which were made available to schools are extended to help bridge the gaps that were made between 20 and 21. I refer now to specific examples of which have been raised with me by the principal of a school in Wexford. I am quoting directly from his email received from the principal, but with the names of the officials removed. 1. Set allocation for senior and junior school. We have 700 pupils on campus. Recent NCSE allocation gave us a rating of 0 for complex hours for the junior and senior schools. Previously, the senior school had 35 hours and the junior school 25 hours. SENO and Local Disability Network Manager all agree that this is a mistake, but we can't seem to be able to get anybody to rectify the situation. Seemingly, the Department of Education receives all relevant data from the Local Disability Network Manager, and in this case the information was not passed on in a timely manner. The Local Disability Network Manager says they didn't have accurate information to send to the department, yet they had accurate information about every other school in South County Wexford. This Local Disability Network Manager agrees that this 0 complex needs rating is a mistake and needs fixing. The Special Education Needs Organiser says that SENOs do not have any role in giving other information to DES, but the organiser agrees that the 0 complex needs rating is a mistake and needs fixing. A member of the Department of Education Special Ed section states that the DES received a 0 rating from the Local Disability Network, and he agreed that it seemed unusual that the 2-1 urban schools would have 0 complex needs ratings. I asked him to input the correct numbers, and he said that the computer says no and he can't do it. He said that we were the only school in Ireland with this problem out of 4,000, yet he is not in a position to assist. He said that there are 130 teachers set aside to give the schools that appeal their allocation and that we should go for an exceptional review. He said that the NCSE would prioritise our review. I offered that we, the schools, didn't make any mistake, yet we are lumped with an exceptional review that will take an age to prepare for. I offered that he should give us 2 teachers until the review is completed, and he couldn't do that either. The official agrees that the 0 rating is a mistake and needs fixing, but he can't fix it, even though he is in DES. So, Minister, here we have the principal of a school dealing with special education support teams where 3 different officials have admitted that a mistake was made, and yet it seems that nobody can sort it out. The school is now being expected to go through the whole rigmarole of an appeal/review system, which involves a lot of work on their behalf to fix a mistake not of their making. I hope that you can intervene in the matter. I have given your department the full details with the names attached, and this is the type of thing which should be possible to solve with the stroke of a pen rather than allowing the problem to drag on. Thank you, Ceann Comhairle.